Hello there, beautiful internet and you amazing creatures of the beyond. So, I've prepared our inventory for our journey. Could have done any better if I think about it. I also made... Where are they? Cryogas grenades, which, well, I didn't know that I had to buy a different ingredient for them, but I found out with the nitrogen. And now we can freeze bastards on the battlefield and then explode them, I suppose. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're gonna play around and see what we can do with this. I hope this magnesium grenade we can find more. I don't want to waste it. If it's a very beautiful thing we can put somewhere. But we shall see. So, let's talk to the guys over here. Detritus. You approach a young man standing next to a barrel full of boiling soup, which doesn't smell nearly as life-threatening as it looks. He wears old, worn-out, but clean clothes that look like they would easily disintegrate should he stand next to the passing train. His physique, on the other hand, is much more solid, handsome, with a burly body, covered in clear, uniformly toned skin. That combined is his unusually milk-white teeth makes him look like he was created to simply stand still and look good. His calloused and heavily scarred hands, however, imply the opposite. Hey, need something? Hello, I'm Eros, and I had some questions if you have the time. Nice to meet you, Eros. I'm Detritus. I got nothing better to do. What did you want to ask? What can you tell me about yourself? At first, he seems a bit uneasy about the question, but then he decides to answer it. I'm a simpler zoner from Core City who's searching for something better in life. Heard of Drop Zone? I lived there my whole life. Awful place to live. Awful people, awful food if you get your hands on some. And in general, it's awful. Was there anything good about the zone for you? Family, I suppose. Nothing else really comes to mind. But the zone enjoys taking away good things from you. Plug swept my whole family away. Father, mother, grandfather, granddad, 5 sisters, and 2 brothers. All of them older than me. Oh, I'm sorry, man. All gone. It is usually easy to lose life in Drop Zone, but the plug, that was pure evil. Oh, let's have. What the hell is with this plug that I've been hearing? I didn't catch up on it. Yeah, hardcore plug dominated half of the zone several years ago. Not a lot of folks know about the plug, cause no one really cares what happened in the drop zone. But us zoners, we care. I care. My dearest are gone cause of that pipe working plug. Ah, you are lucky to be alive. How did you manage to survive? He shrugs. Luck? It must have been luck, cause I don't have an explanation why death decided to spare me. I mean, I never been ill in my whole life. Ever. No colds, let alone something more serious. That's interesting. Maybe you are immune to the plug somehow. Have you ever been to a doctor? He bursts out laughing. Doctor? No, in the zone, remember? Bah, you don't understand it. You come from a different world. It's all just luck. Everything in life is about having luck. That's all. I learned that. You can be good at something, sure, but if you're unlucky, then that's that. Nothing helps. Look at my hands. I've been working like a slave my whole life, and everything I've earned can easily be chucked down pipeworks. It's miserable. I was lucky enough to survive the plug, but unlucky with everything else. He shrugs, drifts off for a moment. After taking a deep breath, he continues. Anyway, enough of that. Got any more questions? Oh man, this guy is cool. Why are you here and what do you know about this place? This is the Institute of... I know it's pronounced Chort, but I like to pronounce it Torch. Or Chort. Yeah. the place where the torches live and do whatever they do. I went to one of their lectures in Core City. It sounded hardcore, even though I didn't understand half of it. Anyway, you look at it, it seems a lot better than the zone. He looks at you after a brief pause. So I came here to try my luck. Yeah, maybe there's a better life waiting for me behind the heavy gate. For more details about the torchist, better ask some of the smarter people around here. I'm sure they'll be able to explain it better than I can. Hmm. What do you know about this torchist? Torchists might look like a religious cult, but they are all about science. Now, I'm not knowledgeable fellow, so a lot of the hardcore science stuff fits beyond me, but the core idea is that we're all somehow connected to this torch creature. It has similar DNA to us and can do some amazing stuff. I like regenerate and live forever, adapt to anything, something like that. What's more hardcore is that the uh, torchists want to use the knowledge gained from torch okay, sorry, to improve us. I mean, allow us to one day go to the surface and survive there. I definitely prefer that to rotting in the stinking drop zone. Well, that's true. Did you perhaps see any torches carrying a strange artifact? It looks like a 20-side polyhedron. I don't know anything about the polyhedrons and all that hardcore stuff. I'm just a simple zoner who minds his own business. Besides, I spend most of my time here and the view is not the best. Maybe other folks can help you. Well, thank you for the information. Really cool dude. So there are some good people here and there. What? The filthy and foul-smelling old man gives you a wicked stare akin to a serpent's, but one with a light mental retardation. Afterwards, he opens his mouth so wide it makes him look like he is just about to vomit. He doesn't, thankfully, but he still holds the expression, saying nothing at any point during the peculiar introduction. Hi, I'm Eros. How are you? He yells loudly, what? Let me repeat that. Hi, I'm Eros. How are you? What? Ah, can you understand what I'm saying? What? Uh, well, I give up. Goodbye. What? And dialogue. Poor guy. What? What? Oh, let's talk to this foundry worker. The air is a lot cleaner here than in the foundry courts. Leave me alone. Okay. Oh, let's check this guy. Frowning man. You approach this person in an attempt to start a conversation. He responds with a glance, followed by him turning his hand away from you. His face seems to be stuck in perpetual frown, making him look like he is constantly angry. Whatever he is or not, you remain unsure. Excuse me, I had some questions I'd like to ask you. Well, let's go with the second one. I'm Aros and I had some questions for you. He looks at you, waits for a couple of seconds, then decides to respond. I don't care about your names, owner. As far as those questions of your concern, go bug someone else. What can you tell me about yourself? He seems irritated by your question. Will you leave me alone already? Which part of go bug someone else line did you misunderstand? Go, as in get as far away from me as possible. Bug, as in annoy, rile, bother someone else, as in someone that is not me. Get it now? Where is here and what can you tell me about this place? His frowns become even more pronounced. Deaf, stupid, or both? I'd say both. Therefore, I'll have to lower myself to your intellectual level so that I may be able to convey the message that I have been trying to convey for some time now. Here it is. The shoo. Don't speak to me ever again. The. What do you know about the torches? He spits his words through his teeth. Oh, what kind of a moron are you? Leave me alone, or I'll zone you out on the spot. Kidoki, man, you don't have to be so evil. My husband died fighting in the arena. Well, I'm sorry for you. I'm not interested in talking to you. Fair enough. Maurice. How can bullets be real if guns aren't real? Oh, he's toast. Kale, you see this person nonchalantly watching other people in the courtyard. He has self-satisfied smile on his face everything while eyeing everyone around him. He also seems to hold his chin steadily elevated, as if posting for a sculptor to transfer it onto an elaborated bust. Interestingly, he seems around astounded when you come near him and attempt to start a conversation. Your approach is met with a puzzled gowl, followed by him looking down at his body for some to you unknown reason. He then lifts his head and speaks to you. You, can you see me? You can see me? Sorry. Touch him. He slaps your hand. Stop that! I will not allow some petty mortal to touch me. How dare you? He ponders the situation for a moment. The only reasonable explanation for you being able to see me is because you must possess some special gift, some special power, mortal. Yes? Yes? That must be it. Oh, that's good to know. Who are you, anyway? I'm Kale, the Lord of Invisibility. I am the only one who has truly mastered the art of being in a state of gun, completely invisible to the naked eye. Gun is the proper term for such a state, and it was I who came up with it. That sounds pretty cool. Of course, I can see how such divine things can impress a mortal being such as yourself. Yes, would you be so kind to tell me your name? It's Eros. Eros, you say. A mortal name indeed. Well, let's talk about the gift of yours, shall we? Let's. Tell me about of this gift of yours. When did you first realize you're able to see invisible people? Ah, if you can see someone that he is not invisible. You don't seem to understand the question. Working with mortals is painful. Let's try it like this. I am invisible. You can see me. Therefore, since common mortals can't see me, but you can, you must have some special ability which allows you to do so. That is the only logical conclusion. And if you... He stops speaking as his eyes shifts away from you. He begins scratching his beard. Soon after, he points his finger at you and speaks. I understand now why you're so confused. Ha! You haven't had the opportunity to see an invisible person because there wasn't an invisible person to see. I think I'm starting to lose you. You are a mortal, so it's no surprise to me. Now, where was I? You cannot answer my question about first noticing you had a gift which allows you to see invisible people because you never had the opportunity to see an invisible person. I, Kel, the Lord of Invisibility, am the first invisible person you are able to see, and that is why the existence of your gift seems to perplex you so much. For one to know if he is capable of seeing invisible people, he must first see someone who is invisible. So that is that his mind can confirm that he has seen someone invisible. Actually, what he is saying is logically correct. And it kind of trickles into the game in one form or another. But probably this guy is just talking out of his derailed mind, obviously. But there is a little bit of truth in between his lines. We'll get to that maybe later when we read more about the lore. But since he could never see anyone invisible because there wasn't anyone invisible to see, that's the one in unaware of his ability to see invisible people. So when he finally has an invisible person to see and he sees it, he doesn't attribute that to the fact that he is able to see invisible people, but considers the invisible person to be visible to everyone. Oh, but that still doesn't answer how you are able to see me or the origin of your gift, mortal. Well, since you seem to have a freaking clue what even I'm even talking about, I suppose you won't be of much help. So we better leave it at this. I'll just disregard you as an anomaly and stop concerning myself with you. I understand nothing of what I understood nothing of what you just said. I think it's better if we could discuss something else. If we must. If you call everyone mortal, does that mean you are immortal? But of course, I am special. Do you think this ability that was bestowed upon me would fit a mortal? Man, just wasted one. Just wasted once. I killed the Lord of Invisibility. Perishes? No, that is not how these things work. Mortal, I don't expect you to understand. How can you be sure? He rolls his eyes. You and your mortal questions. How are you so sure? I'm sure because when I possess what I possess should not be possessed by a mortal man. And if it's not for mortal man, then I am not mortal. Do you understand? The logic dancing around this question is formidable. But why exactly shouldn't a mortal man have the power to be invisible? Because mortal people are regular people. Come on. And come on, man. Cannot and common man cannot enter the state of gun. I kill the role of invisibility. I'm special can enter the state of gun. Therefore, I am not mortal. Simple logic, mortal. Now, stop bothering me with these silly questions. Can you tell me more about your invisibility and gun? It might be too much for you mortal brain to handle, so I'll explain it to you in mortal terms. I was born special. When I was 5, I noticed that when I focus really, really hard, I could become invisible. People walked past me like I wasn't there, like I was completely gone. The older I got, the easier it became for me to enter the state of gone. Therefore, I entered it more often, naturally. By now, I have pretty much perfected my craft. Well, you can see me, but you must possess something special which allows you to do so. What if people just ignore you? Yeah. Impossible. It would mean that all those mortals had to know exactly when I was focusing really hard to enter the state of gun and then simultaneously decide to ignore me. That sounds, well, retarded. The only logical explanation is that I become truly invisible to them. Uh, could you not pick a better name than Gone? I like it the way it sounds. Gone, gone. Don't you hear the majesticness? No? Never mind then. What can you tell me about? What do you know about this place? I'm here to show my power to the torchists. Unlike you mortals, I can go everywhere I like without being detected by mortal eyes. I am special. With that said, I believe these torchists who seem to love praising powerful entities should be presented with an invisible man, me. As soon as I decide to reveal myself, they will most certainly praise me and I will be granted into this glorious building. But why torches? Couldn't you find someone else to praise you? Filth. I kill Lord of Invisibility dislike everything Underrail has to offer. Everything but the Torch Institute, or whatever it is called. The building is worthy of being my residence, and so I shall be one. Once torches see the invisible man, me, they must live in abundance, and I deserve only the best. I hope that answers your question, mortal. Do you know about the torches? While they are mere mortals, which usually aren't worth my time, these torches seem to be very religious to me. They praise the torch something, and that's all I know about them. Now, once I show them what I, Killer, Lord of the Invisibility, am capable of. Invisibility. Well, of course. Do I have to explain everything to you, mortal? Where was I? Oh, never mind. Did you perhaps see any of the torches carrying a strange artifact? It looks like a 20-sided polyhedron. I don't remember seeing what you described. No. To be honest, most of the time I don't concern myself with mortal affairs. It's beneath me. Goodbye, Kale. Goodbye, mortal. So adorable. Daphne! A petite young woman appears to be lost in thought, her gaze fixed on some distant spot far behind you. Upon approaching, she looks at you and smiles, making her cheeks plump up. When she speaks, her voice has mostly pleasant timbre, but there is also a hint of abrasive from time to time. Sounds like she suffers some degree of damage to her voice. Hi, stranger. Are you also here to join the Torchest? Maybe. What can you tell me about them? Oh well, then if you are join the line, ha. But first, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Daphne. Nice to meet you. It's Eros. Nice to meet you too, Daphne. Must remain a secret. Eros, got it. Okay, Eros, let's talk. What can you tell me about yourself? I'm a geneticist from the Foundry. What exactly do you mean by that? You see, Foundry is a station town. Call it however you will. The that revolves around a single thing: mining. Well, mining, processing, and manufacturing products out of ore that has been mined out. True, but the most important aspect is that such place has no room for, say, a biologist. It's like a fisherman on a train station. He's got nothing to do. Huh? Anyway, I had to get out of there. How did you end up here? There in the first place, sorry. My parents brought me there when I was little. The money was good, sure, but it was. But if we had gone to the south gate or rail crossing, we'd have been golden. But oh well, I ended up there. Years went by. I grew older. No more will I waste my time with that in that dump. I said to myself. I have aspirations, and I've gone study as much as I can, got out of that hole, and moved forward in life. Isn't this a bit dangerous to travel around alone? Technically, it's more dangerous to live in Foundry. Huh? It's not an exaggeration, Eros. Nope. Why are you here, and what can you tell me about this place? Well, I got tired of living in a polluted environment. That's one reason. The other is, well, this Institute of Torch seems to need a lot of experts in the field of biology, genetics, and similar. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but joining them could be the first step toward becoming one. Besides, I'm sure they pay good money. Just look at the building. Do you ever do you even know why they need so many scientists? I know what you really mean. Are these guys some evil cultists that perform twisted experiments and torture people? And if so, why would I want to join them? Well, she makes a slightly longer pause. Frankly, I don't know what's going on inside, but I know one thing: there is on no other place like Underrail where you can go and not ask yourself the same question, Eros. Well, that is kind of true. The whole world is twisted, and despite their strange appearance, these torches seem like, I mean, look, I'm careful. If I sense anything too strange is going on, I will back out. I haven't lost all my senses from living in Foundry. Ha! Got that one? Okay, okay, okay. I got it. You only lost your voice. Did you perhaps see any torches carrying the cube? What you describe, no, I haven't seen, but I remember a large group of torches coming back from the core city. That's what I overheard, and they seem to have had something pretty valuable with them. Again, I sort of overheard them talk. What happened there? They went inside. What else? Anyway, that's all I can remember seeing. Well, thank you for the information. Okie dokie. So let's see what this guy has to. Oh, do you have anything to say? Leave me alone. Fine. Okay, that was quite interesting. She did raise an important aspect, the fact that, yeah, wherever you go, it's twisted and messed up. Also, I did remember something interesting. Remember when the dude said there is an all-seeing eye that can see you, but you cannot see it? And when we go into the Oculus, well, Oculus by its definition means eye, but they also, I think, as if said that this is the eye, the all-seeing eye. So, and then again, the dude also frequents the hanging rat, so he was passing it by. Possibly he's capable of seeing it himself. So it's interesting that he had that information. Um, let's go to Fort Apogee. And we will go right here. Yeah. You guys are digging. Okay, I think we are prepared. There should be a teleporter. In the next zone somewhere. Let's do a hardcore save. Let's also do a more general save. Okay. Whoa. Well, the game didn't want to save the heavy duty when I wrote it. Interesting. Interesting indeed, isn't it? Maybe I have too many saves in there. Well, I did save it. Well, whatever. The DLC is quite new, so maybe it has a few small bugs here and there. Okay, everything works nice. Okay, so the two men face you, one buck nimble, one quietly observing you through the pair of low profiling goggles, while the other one addresses you with an even but firm voice. Hope you're not here to cause trouble, kid. We're armed. I'm no troublemaker, sir. I just came to see if you need any help, that's all. Huh. We're not broken down, if that's what you're asking. The two men exchange looks, and then the older man assumes a more relaxed stance. You don't happen to be looking for a job. That depends. First of all, Buck Nimble, entrepreneur. The pleasure is all mine. I'm waiting for two men to show up. Shouldn't be free, but the third out of the picture now. I need some armed guards to help me on, well, a journey of some sorts. I'm trying to find the way to the north upper Underrail. Starts a railway business. North upper Underrail? Now, I've heard it all. Oh yes, you betcha. Just like here in the south. The north also got its own upper Underrail. Well, sorta. The two used to be connected back in the older days, but disasters, wars, and ensuring neglect have turned it into nothing but a dark territory. Hmm. Look, now he looks at over your shoulder. The men I'd mentioned earlier, it might just be them approaching. as I don't want to repeat myself over and over, stick around and I'll explain everything to everyone. Wait. Oh, these guys look armed. Now that we're all here, gentlemen, we may begin. My name is Buck Nimble, entrepreneur for those who don't know me. I was an Underrail Express train operator for 20 years. Now I'm no longer an employee but an employer. Some of you are aware of this, about of what this is about. His eyes almost turn toward the gunslinger, but instead his gaze passes over the burly man's face. And some of you aren't, and notice and continues over the face of the machine gunner and you. Well, what we all know is what's going on below us in Core City. The way to the North Underrail is blocked off, and who knows how long that's going to last. But maybe we'll need some TNT, but hap- thankfully I have plenty of that. Or maybe I'll just get the, what's it called? The hammer. The hammer. The, yeah, you know what I mean. The jackhammer. But there is, or at least was, a railway network between this here Upper Underrail and North Underrail, Upper Underrail. It's been abandoned for decades. It's dark territory, but it's my plan to re-establish a route from here to North Underrail and start my own rail traffic business. Meet Marjorie, whatever. He points to the rail car. Ah. For this, I need a team of capable individuals. He pauses here briefly, who are going to provide protection and all the potential kill and labor that is this first trip might entail. After the routes been established, you are welcome to continue working for me if you so desire. Don't forget too far. Don't get too far ahead of yourself, senior. I know whether I'm getting paid right now. Not listen about further employment opportunities. He unsubtly charges grip on his machine gun, which itself is already an eye-catching old war looking weapon. Oh, cool it, Torrance, and stop waving that thing around. Nibble is honest, hard-working man. You'll get your coin. He stares at everyone in the group and he continues, we ain't got a clue what lies ahead, and north is always the way from here. It's the senior bites the dust. Who's gonna pay us? You, Wilkes? He turns to you. Perhaps you, bud. The pay's 500 Karens. Half up front, half when we get there. Plus bonuses from things that might come up along the way. I won't question Wilkes' judgment in choosing the right people for the job, but I think my offer is fair. We're good, senior. We're good. The offer is fair, and you'll get your money worth in sheer firepower. He taps his machine gun with pleasure. There's nothing to worry about. Mr. Nimble Torrance may be daft and heads up faster than his gun, but he's cool. He's cool. And he delivers. You're damn right. He observes his exchange and merely shakes his head at the end. Are there any questions? What is the Dark Territory exactly? The railway used to be maintained by Underrail Express, are by but a fraction of the sprawling railways Biocorp used to operate. Much of that has been abandoned in the last century, and even that has diminished in the last couple of decades. No direct traffic control, no signaling system, and if you go further, not even lights. Oh, that is why it's the Dark Territory. Well, obviously. And if you look north, beyond this point, kid, you will see it. Or, to put it more accurately, you will see nothing. And how do you know where we're heading? We have multiple old trans-regional maps merged into one. It should be an accurate representation of the railroads from that time period. The state of the railroad, that's a different story altogether. How long does the trip going to take? Could be a few days, could be a week. It wholly depends on the route we take, and it depends on the condition of the tracks and other factors. It is what it is, but we're not going unprepared. I got plenty of food, water, and supplies. When exactly do we get paid? As soon as we depart. Half up front, half when we get to our destination. No other arrangements. What sort of hazard can we expect to encounter? It's difficult to tell, but toxic or flammable gases are my number one concern, followed by unstable ground or ceiling. He nods. I did get the biosuit just in case we have to go through certain areas. The rail car is powered by its own batteries, so we're independent from the tracks. In that regard, still, I wouldn't exclude faulty electrical system from the question. Bandits, wildlife, rogue robots, expect anything and everything. We're less likely to encounter bandits the deeper we go into the dark territory, more likely everything else. Count me in. About time I finally leave South Underrail. Well done, well done. Now, you've now got a crew. He approaches Torrance and shakes his hand. Sorry about earlier, son. He looks at Wilson, Mr. Nimbleback. I've seen it all. Don't worry about it. Welcome to the crew. He then approaches you. He stands before you. Oh crap. The game. Well, we didn't miss much. I didn't realize the game was stuck into the loading. Anyway, it's okay. Nothing changed here. Um, he then approaches you. He stands before you, shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart, and gives you a firm handshake. In fact, this must have been the most perfect handshake you've ever gotten, and judging by the size of the old man's forearms, he could just give a bone crushing one easily if you wanted to. Welcome to the crew. I've got everything I need, and I'm good to go. Well, everybody, time to get this show on the rail. All that's left is to load up the rest of the supplies, and we're good to go. If you forgot anything, tough luck. Board the rail. Let's see where we shall go. Oh, we're leaving upper Underrail, Mr. Nimble. We're at the. Let me check the map. Yes, we should be approaching the Hypnos rest station. It's so slow. Well, gentlemen, welcome to the dark territory. The longer we can stay on the main line, the better. There's no turning back now. We're going to take a short break, people. We've got some minor electrical issues with the rail car. So now's a good time to stretch your legs while Spanner's sorting it out. We'll be moving out in half of an hour or so. We've taken a significant detour due to the collapsed tunnel, and to tell you the truth, I'd rather be back on the main line sooner rather than later. But otherwise, all is well. Keep your eyes peeled, and don't forget to look up from time to time. Perfect. Maybe we should go investigate the tunnel a bit, no? It's quite dark in here. Metro map. What else do we have here? Medical locker. But before I even go, let's talk to Wilkes. What happened to that guy who couldn't make it? Clinker was it? The crossbow marksman? Oh, good thing we are crossbow. Gunner got shot in the head during the jet by near Hathor, sorry. Um, Damn. How'd you get to survive that long doing this kind of work? I pack serious firepower and aim well enough. Ha! He adds some water to the soup, then follows it up with some dried mushrooms from a can. He scraps every last bit of them from it. Love it. Now for some seasoning, sorry. What's cooking? It's forever soup. He steers it as he says. So forever soup, what's that? First, you take a pot and you put whatever foodstuffs you got. You cook it, you eat it, but you never empty the pot all the way. Never. You just add and add ingredients and water, and over time, it's just more and more flavorable from all the good stuff you're putting in. Lasts forever. That's why I call it the forever soup. Well, it kind of makes sense. Now I'm not sure it's super healthy, but so basically like what? Barrel soup? Well, without the barrel and boots soles. But the idea is similar. Can I try it? Easy there. Gotta cook the new ingredients first. Let them release all that flavor, and I think it needs some more seasoning. What's your role in all of this, actually? I'm the assistance operator. While Mr. Nimble's eyes are on the rails, mine are on the signs and signals, or when there are none, like here, navigation screen. Also, I'm the muscle when muscle is needed. Mr. Nimble and I've been doing it like that in Underrail Express, and we're doing it the same now. Hmm. You've been together in the Underrail Express? He nods. For some 6 or 7 years. Time sure flies. He pours some seeds into the pot. Tell me about Buck Nimble. Hey, I follow no other man to a place like this, but Mr. Nimble, damn. For him, I'd even step on a boat. What's with you and boats? Motion sickness? Can't swim. Fool. Just cause I can't doesn't mean I wanna risk it. I just prefer solid ground beneath my feet, that's all. Anyway, I think this is a reference to the expedition. Anyway, there ain't a more honest, hardworking man than Mr. Nimble. You'll see for yourself, both of you. Adds a morsel of hopper onto the pot. I'll leave you to your cooking. Indeed. And you, Mr. Torrance? Sup, bud? That's quite a unique weapon you've got there. Yeah, the Warhog. Both his hands and your gaze fall upon the old world light machine gun, and both are of admiration. What'd you. Let's go with the fourth option. How'd someone like you get to own a gun like that? None of your business, but I'm sticking with it all till it all falls apart. Or I do. How does it handle? It's accurate and good for firing from the shoulder. Got some balancing issues, and you gotta keep it real clean. But otherwise, it's rocking. Wouldn't be using it if I didn't like it. You know what? You're asking a lot of questions about my gun, but I hope you ain't getting any funny ideas. Oh, yeah, sure. No. Well, we'll expect you to fall, no? And then get the gun. Okay. We'll play nice. We'll not try to abuse the game. Um, can I try it sometime later? Just for a few rounds down an empty tunnel, that's all. Do I look like a traveling shooting range, bud? Look, I'm getting tired of this, alright? One more question. He says nothing. Why are you here? Money, what else? The almighty coin rules over us all. Oh yeah. Why'd you quit that waterways? His eyes bounce between you and Wilkes, revealing his annoyance with the topic being pursued in front of you. Ever since the Eels routed the Grim Jetters, oh, so he's from expeditions. That's interesting. The merchants are paying less for protection. Stingy rats doesn't work for me no more. I feel you, man. Them boats. He seasons the soup. So you and Wilkins, they look at each other, and Wilkins shakes his head. This guy right here and we go way, way back. He chuckles, man. That woman. Well, I'm intrigued now. All right, listen up. So I just gotten into the protection biz back then, some years ago, and I dropped by this bar called the Rail House to pick something up. You catching my drift? Just listen to this. He stirs the soup gently while listening himself. Pretty crappy place out of Foundry. The Ironheads wrecked it in the meantime, anyway. So I was there, all right, and I see this girl, Monica, smoothing hot, dark long hair, big eyes, full lips, dressed right, overall slender but thick where it matters. Ooh, she had it all. I believe you. Here it comes. He listens. Listen. I had to go through a few idiots hitting on her. Easy peasy, but there was this one guy who was pretty damn stubborn. This guy, so I wanted her bad. He wanted her bad? You fool. You fuel that with lots of brew, and the next moment we're outside dunking it out. I stomped your ass like nothing. Haha. No, no, no. I, I beat like a little liter of blood out of that ugly mug of yours. Fool, you're so slow you couldn't even hit my head. Let's say you both won. What happened next? We both won indeed, but not in the way you think. Turned out Monica had an identical twin sister, Tammy. Oh, and the girl was running late. And the first thing she saw when she came to Rail House was two ninwits rearranging each other's teeth while her sister was nonchalantly watching. The woman was pretty down with us killing each other. Derailed snake. Damn, shows your ex some respect. He gives the soup a taste, and oh, I just it just makes you fall in love with this character so damn hot. He gives the soup a taste and adds some peeled and cut roots to it. Maybe you are the only winner that day. He ends up with Tammy. Those two women, many look the same, but they're like north and south Underrail. He shakes his head. When we got tired from the melee, we sat with the girls again and sorted it out with a couple of brews. The girls come and go. Some stick around for longer, but our paths have crossed enough times for us to form, yeah, we can call it a friendship of sorts. Hell, Torrance may be ugly and dumb, but at least he's honest. He's not honest. He laughs as he steers the pot. Ah, shove it, Wilkes. I'll go check that perimeter. You guys are up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Does this gunslinger has to... You find him, the gunslinger, tweaking his energy pistol. Its compact screen with brightly reflected in his goggles. A cannon for your thoughts? Well, friend, there's some kind of electromagnetic interference here. He rechecks something on his pistol. Many lines of data scroll down its tiny display. Don't know what it is, but it's affecting my equipment, and I bet more than that very Karen, you offered it's what's causing problems to the rail car, and by extension, our poor friend Spanner here. Unusual weapon you've got there. Never seen an energy pistol like that. It's a rare model, can't find them anymore, much like Torrance's. I got give it to the gunsmiths of old. They didn't know how to make them look good. Can't disagree with that. But for my line of work, I prefer this. He returns to his pistol. The screen flashes red and a few times, but he changes the grip and everything reverts back to normal. Mind if I ask you a few questions? Now's not the time, friend. Don't forget where we are. I'll be leaving. Okay, much obliged. What about you? Oh, battery compartment. It houses the battery powering the rail cart. They appear to be in good condition. So what's the problem then, Spanner? I understand you're the inquisitive type of guy, but I just need a wee bit of space. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, did not mean to intrude. Can we go on the car? Instrument panel. Let's not kill him by accident. You look inside the cockpit. It's not all cramped, even if it may appear so from the outside still. Excluding the large instrument panel, most of the free space has been taken up by hanging clothes, personal items, and a few family pictures. Inspect the instrument panel. For a seemingly simple vehicle, the essential goes forward and backwards. These instruments panels do have a lot of buttons, switches, and levers and things. You also see a navigation computer, likely powered by a rail car's batteries. Powering the rail car in order to turn on the navigation computer will certainly draw attention. No. Inspect the personal items. Shirts, pants, socks, scissors, hair trimmer, toothbrush. Nothing out of the ordinary or particularly interesting, except for one photo seated in a simple brass picture frame. It depicts a senior couple standing among a group of four younger men and three women, presumably their offspring. In the foreground are 12 kids, and after counting them all you also notice that one of the women is holding 3-4 month old baby in her arms. They are all smiling, contrasting the sad state of the upper Underrail station they took this picture at. Mhm. Well, let's ask a few more questions here. Buck, is everything in order? Uh, Maybe I can help you with this electrical issues you mentioned. Don't worry about it. Spanner's on the job. It's some power fluctuation. He told me. It's just that we can never be too careful, especially way out here. Uh, where are we now? Where are we now exactly? If we're reading the map correctly, if we can return to the main trans-regional line soon, we'll be about a third of the way through. Oh, we take the northern line from here, then at the next injunction we should be able to head back west and return as planned. But if we can't, well, then we're going to have to take the long way around. But we'll cross that proverbial bridge when we come to it. It just occurred to me, but doesn't your business have a name? Funnily enough, it doesn't, kid. No, I named it Railcard Marjorie after my recently born granddaughter. Had I obtained a more forbidding looking vehicle, I wouldn't have went with a male name. I would have. I have grandsons as well, and Maximilian's the youngest. But the business itself, no. I've yet to settle on something. Needs to be short and to the point. He shrugs. This trips will ignite the sparks, I'm sure of it. I think I have a few suggestions. Let's hear it. Nimble. Nimble integration method, something, something. Enterprise. Region. Regio line. Nimble transit. Dark transitory express. Merge travel upper rail, re-rail territory, South North Railways, that's not really bad. Buck Rail, that doesn't sound bad. I like bold, but it's perhaps a bit too bold. We'll consider it, though thank you. Tell me about you, the crew. Well, he looks at Wilkos first. He's been my assistant for years now. He quit Underrail Express to work for me, and to tell you the truth, he is like a son to me. And on top of it, he's a great cook, even if he tends to over-season the soup sometimes. He has a questionable friends, though. He takes a deep breath, but I trust his judgment. Don't know much about Terence myself, although other than that, they got a long history. Things will work out fine, I'm sure. Spanner, he turns at the aforesaid just as he's cursing at the batteries. I knew his father, good kid. I offered him the job. He's young, but he learns fast. He then looks around trying to find the only unmentioned person besides you. He leans forward and catches a side of him on the other side of the railcart, and he's a professional. He stands out. True, much like you, he came to me. Don't know how he found me. It's not exactly like I put an advertisement up. I'm not upper rail, under rail express, mind you. But he was polite, respectful, had his own gear, high-tech gear. It almost felt like he's hiring his security for a proper business. But he's not core tech. But he's pretty preserved, but so far I haven't had any problems with him. On the contrary, I don't think I've ever felt safer. You said that he's not from Cortec. What do you mean by that? Forget I mentioned it. I run the Cordial rail car here, but there is a limit to the depth of my inquiry I'm willing to allow. Persuade. I just want to make sure as whoever's covering my back is covering well, Mr. Nimble. That's all. He sighs. You've got nothing to worry about. He's solid rock, solid. His story checks out. But the gear of his, that's not from Cortec, as I thought. Reminds me of something I had seen in the north many years ago, but I cannot be sure. Forget I mentioned it. It just aroused my suspicions for no reason at all. Why did you leave the Underrail Express? No. I got all of this started sometime before that. 20 years I've been there. Seen the world change so much. It's in that much time. Yet I remained the same. Every shift, every month, every year. You want to go on an adventure? No, I started to miss my kids and grandkids. When you have as many as I do, oh my, you have even less time to dedicate your attention to them. True. Under Express, that was a good, stable job, but the shifts were long and the things are getting less safe by the year. With this, at least, I get to choose my shifts, involve the family, earn some good coin, and move us all to a better place, maybe north. It's risky, yes, but yes, it is. But some risks are worth taking. Do you happen to arm wrestle? That was a serious handshake. I was a local champion back in the day. It's what I lived off in my youth. Pretty much arm wrestled folks for food, drinks, and money. Maybe we can arm wrestle sometimes. Well, show me your dominant forearm. Squeeze it as hard as you can. Strength. Show him your sorry excuse of a forearm. If I were you, I'd worry about eating better, kid. That's true. Our strength is pathetic. But if you need some lessons, maybe at the next stop, but not here. We shouldn't get too comfortable. I'm just stretching my legs. I'll be inside. Not yet. Let's check the perimeter a little bit. I'm curious with the medical supplies and whatnot. Keypad. Unlock something. Unlocking lower power, unlocking low power. Status unlocking, low power, unlocking. So it's kind of stuck, isn't it? So it is unlocked, or halfway unlocked. I suppose this was supposed to be unlocked. Metro map. Someone put around right through it. Around right? What the hell is around right? Okay, we can't go this way. Let's explore this side. This side is... Huh? Wait. Tunnel. The air is humid and carries a stench of mold and putrefaction. Ooh. So definitely we don't like going there. Well... Oh, I hear something. This looks like the right way to go, or at least the preferable one. I hear electricity going somewhere, but... Do we get any information here? This is where you came from. Yeah, I know. Can I help you now? To himself, everything seems to be okay, but that's tripping the brakes. What's tripping the brakes then? What if we try to activate the power? Let's see what happens. Turn on the power. Yeah, let's not do that. We don't want to mess around with these guys. Okay. Let's go. Somebody sleeping. How much further till the second trans-regional? He shakes his head. This doesn't make sense. Great, now we're lost. Hey, shut your yapper, Hugh. I'm trying to concentrate. You guys keep it down. Crap, we can turn around or something. Can we turn around? Turn Wilkes light there at the end of the tunnel. Whoa! Okay, that's not a problem. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! It led. Uh-oh. This isn't a very good idea. The air smells like gunpowder and burning, and the ringing in your ears has yet to subside. You glance back at the ramp you somehow manage to kick open. Adrenaline does wonders for the human body. And there you see a dazed gunslinger shambling about. He has trouble finding the exit, and his goggles are flickering on and off. Turn around and help him. Let's try to help him. You approach the rail car and grab him by the coat. By a stroke of luck, a large metal crate inside proved to be a perfect cover, previously from the storm of lead and now from the enemy's vision. Now it is clear. It takes him a moment to remove and reset his goggles. He looks back and sees the carnage. What happened? Perception. They set a firing position in the wall behind the rail car. Couldn't see how they looked and how many there are, but there was more than a few. He looks at the rail car charge, but not overly damaged wheels. EMP mine. Sons of rats couldn't tell left from right when it hit me. I owe you. Uh, you'll get to repay me real soon. We got a better chance of making it out if we're working together, you and me. He checks his energy pistol. Its power is low, but it's still functional. I mean, guess it's you and me against the what sounded like a ton of heavy ordnance and a bunch of rat bags who sure know how to use it. I like those chances. Ready or not, here I come. Uh, and we certainly aren't going to fight them head on. To the hell with this. I'm going out there even if I have to walk back to south. Yeah, let's go with the second option. I have a plan. Let's hear it. Follow me. Let's discuss tactics. Follow me closely. So basically, uh, in this in this expansion, he's like your companion. I think he's the only companion. I'm not sure if there are more, but you can kind of set up the parameters. When I start sneaking, you start sneaking. They wouldn't know I exist. Turn shield when I do. Without a delay. Avoid engaging enemies. Follow me closely, I suppose. I'm right behind you. Okay, something else? About your gear. Interested in a new energy shield? I've got some grenades for you. Need some medication? Hungry? Oh, so we can... Interesting. Never mind, for the moment. Recharging. I suppose we'll have to give him some stuff. We need to switch place. What do you mean? Not gonna happen. We're too far away. You mean I can play as him? That would be interesting. Let's see. Interested in a new energy shield? Never mind. What about... Got some grenades for you. I give them all to him? Flashbangs. I'll give you 3 flashbangs. Much obliged. There's more. Magnesium. Take a cryogenic one. I want to discuss something else to you. No, wait. Need medication? Okay, we're gonna give him 5. And no. I don't have food. I'm going to need something back. Never mind. Okay. Let's do a hardcore save. And I think we'll save here and continue in the next episode because yeah, there's a bunch we should do. And we shall see. I don't know how his stealth is, but hopefully good enough. Okay guys, stay awesome. Bye 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 bye.